Welcome back to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today we're examining a concept that helps us understand the interconnected nature of our actions and decisions. Spillover effects. Spillover effects occur when an activity or event in one context affects outcomes in another, seemingly unrelated context. These can be positive, creating additional benefits, or negative, imposing unexpected costs. Unlike direct consequences, spillover effects often impact people, communities, or systems that weren't involved in the original activity. It's like tossing a stone into a pond. The ripples extend far beyond the initial splash, affecting parts of the pond you might not have considered. Historically, we can see spillover effects dramatically illustrated during the construction of the Erie Canal in the early 19th century. Completed in 1825, the canal was built to connect the Great Lakes with the Atlantic Ocean via the Hudson River. While its primary purpose was transportation, the canal created enormous positive spillovers. It drastically reduced shipping costs, turned New York City into America's preeminent commercial center, accelerated westward expansion, and sparked industrial development in previously isolated regions. Cities like Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse blossomed along its path. The educational system improved to meet new technical demands, and cultural exchange flourished. It's like planting a tree for shade, but discovering it also improves soil quality, provides habitat for wildlife, and beautifies the entire neighborhood. In today's business landscape, consider Hopin, the virtual events platform. When the pandemic forced events online, Hopin not only provided a direct service to event organizers, but created spillover benefits by democratizing access to conferences and networking opportunities that were previously limited by geography and cost. People who could never afford to travel to industry events could suddenly participate, creating knowledge spillovers across socio-economic divides. It's like a company building a road to their factory, only to find they've improved transportation and economic opportunity for an entire region. So how can we apply the concept of spillover effects in our daily lives? Firstly, when making decisions, expand your consideration of consequences beyond the obvious and immediate. Ask yourself, how might this choice affect seemingly unrelated areas of my life or the lives of others? For example, your choice of commuting method affects not just your travel time, but also your health, environmental impact, and even your social connections. It's like recognizing that your choice of breakfast affects not just your morning hunger, but your energy levels throughout the day, your long-term health, and even your shopping habits. Secondly, look for positive spillover opportunities when setting goals or habits. Some activities create disproportionate benefits across multiple life domains. For instance, regular exercise improves not just physical health, but also mood, cognitive function, and sleep quality. Similarly, reading widely enhances not just knowledge, but empathy, communication skills, and creativity. It's like finding investments that pay dividends in multiple currencies simultaneously. Lastly, be mindful of potential negative spillovers from your actions and decisions. Your smartphone use during family time, for example, might seem harmless, but can spill over to affect relationship quality and your children's attention patterns. Your consumption choices might have environmental or social spillovers that extend far beyond your immediate experience. It's like realizing that the seemingly private choice to run your air conditioner actually contributes incrementally to climate change that affects everyone. In conclusion, spillover effects remind us that we live in complex, interconnected systems where consequences rarely stay contained. By developing awareness of these ripple effects, we can make choices that maximize positive spillovers while minimizing negative ones. In a world where our actions increasingly have global implications, this mental model helps us navigate with greater consciousness and responsibility. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your positive spillovers be abundant, your negative spillovers be minimal, and your awareness of both be ever-expanding. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.